Welcome to the Success Mindset Podcast, where we empower you to unlock your full potential and achieve greatness. Join us as we explore the transformative power of your mindset and uncover the strategies that will help you conquer your goals and create the life that you've always dreamed of. So buckle up, get inspired, and let's dive into today's episode. Welcome to the Success Mindset Podcast, where we help leaders and business owners and professionals like you cultivate a mindset built for growth and transformation and lasting success. Today we're diving into a truth that every high achiever must grasp. Setbacks aren't roadblocks, they're building blocks. The moments that feel like failure often hold the keys to our greatest breakthroughs. And so if you're ready to reframe challenges and harness their hidden potential, you're in the right place. There were times in my journey when what looked like a dead end turned out to be a new beginning. It's not always easy to see in the moment, but learning to spot opportunities where others see obstacles is a superpower that you can develop. So how exactly can you turn setbacks into stepping stones? Let's dig deeper into the heart of this idea. The central idea today is simple but powerful. Your reaction to setbacks determines whether they defeat you or they define you. In leadership, setbacks show up in many ways: a lost client, a failed project, a team conflict. How you interpret these moments dictates your next move and ultimately your long-term results. Leaders who thrive are the ones who see feedback, not failure, stay anchored in vision during tough times, and adapt without losing sight of their core values. And when you lead like this, your team catches the mindset too. But don't just take it from me. Let's see what the experts have discovered about resilience and transformation. Angela Duckworth's research on grit shows us that sustained passion and perseverance matter far more than initial talent. When you embody grit, you transform setbacks into the fuel that drives you forward. And John Maxwell, in his leadership philosophy, he reminds us sometimes you win, but sometimes you learn. Great leaders lean into the lessons instead of running from them. So both of these frameworks reinforce the same point. Setbacks are invitations for evolution. Which brings us to the question, what does this look like in the real world of leadership? Let's paint the picture with a story. Picture a young leader stepping into a new role only to be met with immediate team resistance. Instead of getting defensive, they listen and they ask questions and they take ownership of small wins. Over time, trust builds and the leader isn't perfect, but they're mindset and resilient and they're humble and opportunity focused. That creates a ripple effect. And so the team shifts from guarded to engaged, from skeptical to collaborative. That's the power of mindset in motion. So now let's move from the personal to the organizational, where an entire company's future hung on how they handled a massive setback. A mid-sized marketing company faced a major setback when a top client abruptly ended their contract, impacting 40% of revenue. The leadership team could have panicked, but instead they gathered the staff, acknowledged the challenge, and launched an innovation spirit, brainstorming new services and customer segments. Within 6 months, they not only recovered the lost revenue, but also diversified their client base, making them stronger and more resilient. So they didn't just survive, they transformed. And this transformation didn't happen by accident. It happened because the leaders cultivated a culture built to grow stronger through challenges. So let's see how that kind of culture comes to life. Imagine a leader who walks into a discouraged team after a major project collapse. Instead of blame, though, they bring a whiteboard and they ask one question: what did we learn? The room shifts. Shame turns into strategy. People speak up and they start sharing solutions and they commit to new standards. So this leader didn't just fix a project, they ignited a cultural shift, one where resilience became part of the team's identity. And weeks later, the same team landed an even bigger project and they crushed it because someone had the courage to see a setback as a setup for unity and excellence. So how can you start building the same resilience muscle within yourself and your team? Here are a few simple but powerful actions that you can take right now. First, lead your next meeting with a lessons learned session instead of just a what went wrong analysis. Next, each day this week, document one hidden win that came from a past setback. And then when a challenge arises, immediately reframe it. Ask, what's the opportunity that's hidden here? And then spend 15 minutes reading or listening to growth mindset materials. And then identify one current challenge and outline 3 positive actions that you can take right now. Practice builds mindset, and mindset builds momentum, and momentum fuels leadership that lasts. So today we explored how setbacks can either be the beginning of the end or the beginning of greatness. And so you've learned how your interpretation of challenges shapes your leadership, how experts and real-world leaders leverage obstacles for growth, and practical steps that you can take starting today. So setbacks are inevitable. Growth is optional. Choose growth. And speaking of growth, if you're looking for more ways to strengthen your leadership resilience, I've got a few resources that will help. Check out my article, The Heartbeat of Leadership, on the Coaching for Me website for deeper insights and practical guidance. And also dive deeper into the principles of perseverance and resilience with the recommended reads like Grit by Angela Duckworth and Sometimes You Win, but Sometimes You Learn by John Maxwell. Next week, we're unpacking mindset at work, real growth, real results. You're not going to want to miss it, and you're not going to want to miss how practical mindset shifts can directly impact your team's results and your bottom line. Listen, you were never meant to coast through life avoiding obstacles. You were designed to rise above them. Every setback that you face is not a reflection of your inadequacy, it's really a refinement of your strength. Every single time that you choose to look beyond the disappointment, you're chiseling away the rough edges to reveal a leader capable of extraordinary impact. So don't run from your challenges, step into them. Look them straight in the eye and declare, you will not define me, I will define what comes next. So leadership isn't about perfection, it's about perseverance. It's about the mindset that you carry when the lights dim and when that easy applause is gone and when you're standing alone with nothing but your belief to hold on to. And so let me tell you, belief is more than enough when it's anchored in the truth of who you're becoming. And you are equipped for more. And so you're capable of more. And every single time that you choose growth over fear, you take one step closer to becoming the leader that you were always meant to be. And so keep leading, keep learning, keep believing. Your greatest chapter is still unwritten. And so you're holding the pen. Talk to you next week. Thank you for joining us on another enlightening episode of the Success Mindset Podcast. Remember, you have the power to shape your destiny and create the life that you desire. If you're ready to take action, subscribe to the podcast and never miss an episode. Share it with your friends and your family and help us build a community of like-minded individuals striving for success. Until next time, stay motivated, keep learning, and let's continue to achieve greatness together.